Hey there, welcome to the Lumiere channel. Welcome to how to get over them, how to release the connection. How to get over them, how to release the connection. We're doing something a little bit different today. We're doing pick a card, but it's actually a pick a portrait. So I'm going to show these individual paintings to you. Paintings, not portraits. And you'll get to pick whichever one resonates with you, and that'll be your reading. Let's see how that works out. So this is painting number 1. Painting number 2. And painting number 3. So once again, from left to right, it's a 1, 2, and 3. And the reading is how to release them, how to get over them. This is an in-depth experiential to a point, but it's really more so if you're actually really considering how to get over them, how to release them. And if you're open to what releasing someone can be and how getting over someone, if you're open to what that could mean for you. If this is not for the faint of heart. So if this doesn't resonate with you, I have plenty of other readings you can look into. If this is resonating with you, let's get it going. I'm going to run this through over again and show you the paintings one more time. This is number 1. Number 2. And number 3. Let me know your thoughts on this. I worked really hard on this, getting it done for you. So I'd really like to get some feedback on how you like this, and how it worked in terms of picking a number or picking a painting, and what the watching process is for you. So leave a like, a comment, and a subscribe, and let me know what that looks like for you in the comment box. I'm really eager to hear that. Otherwise, without further ado, timestamps are in the description box. Ready, set, go! Hey there, number 1. So, this is your board. This is your number. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the cards and see what comes up for you for how to get over them, how to release the connection. This is for people who are serious about it, right? So yeah. For you, number 1, it's important that you know that better things are ahead for you, and that you can't quite rush this process. There may be some things that are a little bit unfinished, and you have to allow them to be what they are and allow them to move through what they need to move through. So this is about you moving through things normally. This isn't about you speeding anything up. This is about you taking things slow. Is that better? This is about you moving through things and taking things slow. This is where you know that, or you need to know that as it relates to this connection, better things are ahead for you in this area of your life. And it doesn't mean everything has to be hard won. It doesn't mean that when you let go of this connection that it's necessarily for forever. It's bit by bit. It's slow. There's a slowness to this. And it's not meant to be a painful slowness. It's meant to be a very purposeful slowness. It's meant to be something where you are taking your time and the energy is taking its time with you, because it's sweeping through everything. It's sweeping through every single bit of heart shard that's been broken, every single part of you that has been hurt, that's been wounded, that's been affected, and making sure that it picks up all the pieces that you're done with, all the pieces that you no longer need, and making sure that it's leaving a coating of protection, a coating of healing, and a coating of better things to come, a coating that prepares you for the better things that are coming your way. Better things are coming your way. And as you are healing and releasing this connection, it's important for you to think positively about the place where this connection plays in your life. So what I mean that is, if this is a love connection, obviously you don't think things, I'm going to be alone forever, I will never this, I will never that, and lean towards the negative. This is about you focusing on, I am going to get what I want. I am going to be with the person that's for me. If this is in other fields of your life, work or friendship or parental, family, if that applies to other areas of your life, then it's knowing that right now, that was the shit, right? As in, that was like the bad, that was the rock bottom, and you are moving towards something better. It's just, it may be a slow climb, but guess what? A slow climb is a certain climb. A slow climb is one where you can course correct quite easily because, oh, there's not a stable spot right here. Let me put my foot here instead. Oh, that kind of crumbled a little bit. Let me put my hand here instead. It's a slow and steady and very steady. I don't want you to focus on the slowness in terms of it being bad. What I feel that the message is really loving. It's a message that says, this doesn't have to be hard won. This doesn't have to happen all at once. The forgiving, the moving through and moving on, and the healing and the mending and all of that, it does not have to happen in a week. It does not have to happen in a month. It's going to happen at the pace that it's going to happen, and allow yourself to move through the motions. That's how you're going to get over them. That's how you're going to release the connection. Steadily, carefully, not conservatively, but it's going to be, it's got to be normal. There is no get rich quick scheme here for you that's going to work. If it's quick, right? If it's something that is where, there's these ads that sometimes come up where it's like, oh, you can make money in like 2 months and like, 3 months, and you can make 6 figures and like, la 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 la. And while those may be true for some, what I'm seeing here is like the long game for you is going to get you to the 6 figures, the 7 figures, the 8 figures, or whatever it is that's for you. The love life that is a 6-figure love life, a 7-figure love life, an 8-figure love life. The type of familiar relationships or parental relationships or what is the French word? The friendship one. What is that? Amorous is love. I forgot. But the friendship, whatever this is for you, you are going to be attracting it because you will be focused on it, right? You will be focused on the fact that whatever it is that you're going for, that you are wanting ultimately for yourself, is going to in fact be what you are moving towards. Does that make sense? So whatever it is that you are releasing, whatever it is that you are trying to get over, whoever it is, that you're trying to get over, whomever it is that you're trying to release, things are going to get better for you in that area of your life. Things are going to get better for you, and it's not your job in the terms of releasing. It's your job to go with the flow of release. So there are going to be days that are harder than others. There may be days that are easier than others. Enjoy those days and know that the best is yet to come for you in this particular area of your life. Okay? So this is really, really great. This is really, really good. Do things normally, do things by the book, and know that whatever is coming your way is going to be good. It doesn't have to happen fast. Fast is not going to be the magic pill for you. In fact, slow and steady is going to be, but when I say slow, it's more so like deliberate. Okay? It's more so deliberate. you will find better connection here. That's what I'm seeing. It's going to be good. Yeah, it's going to be good. Keep your heart open. Celebrate love and what it teaches you. Celebrate connections as a whole and what they teach you. If you can get to the point of looking at this relationship lovingly in a way that you can say, oh wow, okay, you know, this broke my heart all the way open, and I can see that, yes, even though there was a ton of pain, I have actually grown from this. That's not for you to go ahead and get super spiritual about the pain that you're in and ignore it and say, oh, but I learned this and that. It's like, don't force yourself to do that. Take your time and allow your heart to break, allow your heart to heal in the time that it needs to heal. And focus on what it is that you want to focus on, what it is that you're going, and know that you are being guided and held through this process. You are very loved, number one. So I hope this helped you. I hope this served you. I will see you on the flippity flip, and thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. I would love to hear your thoughts about what you just saw and what you just heard. And yeah, just keep in touch. Let me know what you thought. It's kind of a new way of doing this, so I'd like to know your thoughts. Okay? Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Have patience with yourself and the release of this connection, and know that great things are ahead for you, and definitely dwell in the possibilities. Okay? Keep your light on, and good luck. Warrior, this is your number, this is your canvas, and let's see how this progresses, shall we? So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle your cards, and we will see how that transpires for you. Oop. This is literally just too loose for me. So how do you get over them? How do you release the connection? What is your guidance for that, right? Guidance for number 2 on how to release the connection, please. Yeah. Allow yourself the time. Okay. Allow yourself the time, and know that the time is meaningful, that the time is useful, and that the time is purposeful. Sometimes with connections, we don't know how, we don't, just because we think it's done doesn't mean it's done. Know that sometimes there are remnants of the connections. Obviously, you know, you wouldn't be watching this video if you weren't feeling the remnants of the connection. And it almost seems like you've been trying to release this connection for quite some time. That you have been involved in this connection, or it's got some legs in you. It's got some legs for you here. So for you, number 2, if this is a connection that has just been with you for quite some time, or if this is a pattern that's been with you for quite some time, if this is a person that has been with you, or people that have been with you for quite some time in your energy, excuse me, that's something to take note of. Know that this time that you've spent loosening yourself of this connection, this time that you've spent in the connection, even when you didn't want to be a part of the energetic pull of the connection, has not been for naught. It's making you stronger. It's making you more resilient. It's building you up on the inside and also on the outside, right? It's not meant to make you callous, but it's building you on the inside, on the outside. For you, number 2, something that you may need to look to is how much of you really wants to let go of the connection? Are there parts of you that still hold on to the connection? Are there parts of you that still have an attachment to the pain, an attachment to what happened to you, or what happened with you, or what happened between you? Are there parts of you that are still sort of low-key holding on to what happened, right? Or what's been going on, or whatever the case may be for you. It's an important time for you to let go of what's not important and practice that on how to release the connection. So if you've been holding on to, oh, but this happened, and how could I have let this happen, or how could they have done this, and now I don't, this is how I relate to people now. There's some things, number two, that you're holding on to, or some things that are still being used to grasp, to either validate certain actions that you may take, or to validate certain things in your life, that you're holding on to. You may be holding on to certain things and anchoring yourself in those things from this connection, and that's what makes it even more arduous to let go of. Be wise about how and where you are expending your energy. Are you spending time rewriting the story, this happened to me? Are you spending time retelling the story of what happened to others, to, still bearing witness to it? There is something about a time to let go purposefully, cognitively, where you stop yourself from maybe sharing so much of what happened, or even replaying too much of what happened. And sometimes we don't have control over it, but there is something about shifting and focusing on something else, right? Being selective about where you spend and expend your energy, and listening to your heart and beginning to trust that again. There's a hardness here, there's a callousness here, and there's an invitation to soften up. But I feel the fear of softening up. And that may be where you may want to expend your energy. That may be where you want to spend your time, in loosening up your heart, in moistening the cracked, dry ground that has now encased your being, and making friends with being a little bit more vulnerable in other ways, as opposed to in the ways that you're currently releasing. I hope that makes sense. It's important for you to let go of what's no longer important, because believe me, you have learned it. It's ingrained in you. It's become muscle memory now to call out the bullshit. It's become muscle memory now within you to steer away from things and trust that your soul, your spirit, your being is almost intuitively connected to what's not for you. Does that make sense? So it's where sometimes we continue retelling stories. Let's say this is in relation to love, and let's say you're releasing a love connection, and every time you meet someone new, you retell them of what happened before, or what is happening. And you say, I will never do this, I will never do that, I will never do this, because this person did this and this person did that, and we experienced this. And while that's a good thing for you to state your boundaries and state what it is that you are and are not open to and available for, sometimes it's a certain vibe in which we present that material, the way in which we present those facts, and those standards, I should say, that is retelling the story, and it's coming from a position of this is what happened to me, or too hard of a position. Trust and know that even without you going in depth into the details of what happened or what you don't want based off of the past, a way for you to release this connection is to know that you have digested it, to know that it is in you, and you have taken the lessons, you have taken the skills, you have taken the perception that you need from this experience in order to not replay it again, right? In order for it not to play out again in your world. I think that's going to be important for you to recognize and surrender to what needs to show up for you next. Because for you, number 2, to be who you need to be, to enter into the next step after releasing and during release, you can't do what you did or what you've been doing. You are going to be blessed. You are going to move into something better for yourself. It's just, are you willing to enter into that truly? Are you willing to let go of and release the connection? Are you really willing to release the connection? And it's not just, releasing the person. It's releasing the parts of you that may be low key holding on to some tether that ties you to the connection and the energy of that connection, because it validates certain things in your world. It validates certain things in your life. If this were related to family, for instance, sometimes, we do blame our parents, and psychology sort of backs that up. It's because of, our parents and how we were socialized when we were younger, but they were doing the best that they could with what they knew and what they had. And there comes a point where, as a grown person, as a grown and cognitive person, we can make different choices for ourselves. We are no longer under their proverbial roof. We are now grown. We are now living our own lives and living our own ways, and we can make decisions for ourselves. We are our own protectors. We no longer are necessarily depending on them proverbially for what we needed as children, right? We are now guard over ourselves. So it's for you to take that and know that you are now guard of yourself, right? You don't need this past experience to validate what you want. You want to be treated respectfully. You want to be treated lovingly. You want to be treated however it is that you want to be treated, not because this person did you wrong and they didn't, but because you want to be treated respected, right? Because you want to, because you as a being, as who you are right now, wants that for yourself. Not because of them, not because of this, not because of that, but because of you. And that's how you can help release that connection, by standing on your own and not validating or not, continuing sort of being tied to what happened before. And you are going to move through this. You are strong enough. You have learned what you need to learn in order to move forward successfully. Okay? And release successfully and to step into something successfully. You have the skills, you have the radar to do that. You do. And it's time for you to prove that to yourself and go out there and make it happen. You may have spent too much time even in this connection, and you may be feeling that, or you may not be. You may be stuck in the process of releasing, when it's like you've released enough that you can now start doing. You've released enough that you can now start actively putting yourself back out there and spray bottling the dryness, right? Spray bottling putting some rain on the dryness, on the hardness that's encased you, that you may have been encased in. Take one step towards what you want and watch it take 10 steps towards you. A rewording of what Joseph Campbell said. You actually have to now start doing certain things to help you release the connection, or to even wake you up, right? Like a mummy who's dry, or just something that's been a statue that's been stuck for a while in this place. When they move, there's dust and there's cracks and there's debris that falls off this dryness, and that's sort of what I'm seeing here for you. This sort of cracked, dry, desert type thing that's meant to come to life. Now to start moving, now to become animated. Now is the time to do that. So you're ready. Time to start taking action on the fact that you are releasing, and you have released, and you are strong enough to move. I hope this helped you. Let me know what you think about what you just saw and what you just heard in the comments. It's kind of new. It's been a process, but I wanted to bring this to you. This was a suggested reading, and I just want to see where you're at, like what you think about this. I put in a lot of work, so I definitely want some feedback. and to see what the user experience was. If you liked it, please like the video. Let me know that you want more of this. And leave me a comment for sure. Share it with a friend, and subscribe if you're into this good. I hope you like what you're looking at. I hope you like what you saw, and I hope that you enjoyed this experience. All right, thank you. Keep your light on. Canvas. Let me know how you like it. So, number 3, how can you get over them? How can you release the connection? How can you get over them? How can you release the connection? How can you get over them? How can you release the connection? How can number 3 get over them? How can number 3 release the connection? How can number 3 get over them? How can number 3 release the connection? I don't know what that flicker is. I couldn't tell you. Oh, I know what it is. All right. Okay, number 3. Number 3, you are not meant to necessarily wait for you to completely release this connection before you start living your absolute best life. Okay? For you to release your connection, your particular path is going to be in almost acting as if, but not necessarily acting as if, right? So what I mean by that is, I don't want you to pretend you're okay necessarily, but it's for you to actively move towards what it is that you want. This is for you to bathe yourself in what it is that you want. This is for you to make your entire sort of world encompass and reflect what it is that you want for yourself. It's not necessarily for you to focus on the connection. It's to allow yourself to move through the connection. The release of this connection is to allow yourself to go through the motions that you need to go through, live your life, go to work, go to school, do the things, take care of yourself. Girl, wash your face. Clock the reference, pretty easy too. Boy, clean your drawers, whatever that, however that sits for you. Wash your hair, take care of yourself. And it's not acting as though you're pretending you aren't feeling some type of way about this connection. It's not like you're not moving through what you're moving through. It's more so that what you're moving through is a part of what's happening around you, and it is what it is. And that is not going to stop you from living your absolute best life. It may take time, but the time is now for you to start acting on what it is that you want. It's time for you to start moving towards what it is that you want, physically, metaphysically, metaphorically, emotionally, spiritually, soulfully. In all the leaves, you are moving towards what it is that you want, in spite of, even with all the stuff that's going on around you and in your world. That is how you will get over them. That is how you will release the connection, and that is how you'll get to what is meant for you. This is you taking your time, but definitely taking action, definitely moving towards what you want for your future, for yourself. Bathing yourself in your dreams. Bathing yourself in your wishes, your hopes, and what it is that you desire for your life. Romantically, familially, workly, whatever it is that you are releasing, whatever it is that you are getting over, whomever it is that you're releasing, whomever it is that you're getting over, you are imagining the type of life that you want, excluding them, not you're not, obviously if you're releasing this connection, there may be like a percentage of you that's like, oh, but I wish it was with them. Scratch that. Like, push that to the side. That's over there. Acknowledge it. You wish it was with them, but that's not what we're focusing on right now. We're focusing back on you, number 3. We're putting our attention on you and what it is that you want for yourself. And if they want to bend, and if they want to transform themselves to be a part of what you are wanting for yourself, to fit into your world as opposed to you fitting into their their scraggly butt world, if they want to fit into your world, then that's fine, but it doesn't matter whether they do or not. What we're focusing on right now, number 3, is you. Taking action towards what you want, bathing yourself in what you want and what you imagine for your life, despite all the stuff that's going on around you, despite all the shit that's going on for you, in order to release this connection or move through this connection or even get over them or this tumultuousness in the connection, is for you to focus on you and not in a dreamy kind of way, but in a dreamy kind of way and in taking action. Have you always wanted to get your nails done? Have you always wanted to get a wax? Have you always wanted to get a certain type of haircut? Do it. Have you always wanted to go to this place? Have you always wanted to do this thing? Do it. This is time for you to put your money where your mouth is and declare to the universe that you say, hey, yo, remember that thing that I wanted? Well, I still want it and I'm going to get it. And the universe says, no, what's the word I'm looking for? No, not problem. No choice but to deliver what it is that you want, because you are pulling it and calling it into your world through your body, your mind, your soul, your heart, and your actions. So for you, number 3, that is how you are going to move through this connection, and to release it or to get over them. You are going to be living your best life now, despite of and in spite of all the shit that's going on around you, all of the ruckus that may be fluttering around you and involving you. You can't control that stuff, but what you can control is you, right? What you can control is what's going on in your mind. Taking more than a hot second, taking a hot hour and just playing with, oh man, this time next year, not even putting a time on it, just getting into the essence and the energy of what you want for yourself, and then taking tiny steps, big steps, tiny steps, measured steps, steps that make sense, steps that follow the law, okay? Steps that follow the law, steps that follow your character, steps that follow what is tried and true, towards what it is that you want. This isn't about getting rich quick. This isn't about getting love quick. This is about getting long-lasting love, long-lasting relationships, long-lasting connections, long-lasting energies that feel good for the majority of the time. Obviously, life is life, right? But for you right now, despite what's going on in your world, you are meant to focus on you, because you're changing and you are becoming more of who you are meant to be. At least that is what you are called to do. That is how you are going to release them and move through this energy. It's going to be in you focusing on you and in your changes, in bettering and becoming more of who you are. That is at the center of how this is going to work for you. Okay? You have all the time in the world, and let go of your need to maybe even shape every moment to your expectations. Know that what is yours won't pass you. It's gonna be yours. So just prepare yourself for what's yours. Live in the way that makes sense for you. Live in the way that speaks to your truth. Speaks to your truth, and that speaks to what it is that you want for yourself moving forward, right? Miracles will show up when you need them, and they'll be right on time. And this is the best time for you to really start embracing who you are becoming amongst this ruckus, who you are entering into, who you are undoubtedly becoming and stepping into really for yourself. So as it relates to this area of your life, this particular energy or this connection, and how you can go ahead and get over them, whatever them may be for you. It's going to be in you focusing on you and you focusing on your best life now, honey. Okay. I wish you everything. I really can't say enough about this. It's just the same thing regurgitated. And it's really good. I love what's going on here. There's a lot of beautiful things going on here. It's a wonderful energy, and it may be happening in the midst of the storm, but it is truly shaping you into the next phase, which is going to be bomb. And you are taking action. You are dictating, you are leading the way for yourself. And again, things may not always work out in the way that you want them to, or the way it reaches expectations. Stay positive. It's not ignoring that, oh, I'm kind of disappointed, but it's knowing that things can take shape in a myriad of ways, and how you think of things isn't always going to be the best, because you only know what you know, right? So be open to that as well. How do you like this? How do you like what you're looking at right now? I hope you're into it. I hope that it serves you, and I hope that this resonated for you. Please let me know what you thought and what you think in the comments. Let me know how this... If you liked it, please like the video. Let me know that you want more of this. And leave me a comment for sure. Share it with a friend, and subscribe if you're into this good. I hope you like what you're looking at. I hope you like what you saw, and I hope that you enjoyed this experience. All right, thank you. Keep your light on.